Hello everybody and welcome to another Beyond All Reason video. Today we are on the map Green Haven. It's been a little while since we've seen this map, and so I thought I'd display it for you today. And our opponents, well our contestants rather, today are Yun and someone we have not seen on the channel before called Haundreyy. Haundreyy playing Armada today with an OS of 41. Bit of a OS difference between the two players today, with Yun with an OS of 54 and 41 for Haundreyy, so a big gap between them. Let's see if Haundreyy is able to make up that difference and pull off a win. Starting off with vehicles on this map is a interesting choice due to the fact that all of these hills here are going to be impassable to the vehicles. For example, if we excuse me, select this one and load up the transversability map, you can see how they're not going to be able to pass over any of that. And as we look at the opponent of him, Yun has got bots here, and you can see as we select this, pretty much everything on the map is green for this res bot. So a bit of an interesting call. Now, talking about interesting calls, so Yun has decided to start down in the corner here. That gives him access to this geo if he ends up building it, but also, as we just saw a second ago, there is about 100 metal there, and scattered around the map there's also extra hundreds. Not a lot in the grand scheme of things, but if he's able to get all 4 sections, that's 400 extra metal. So it's not, again, still not a lot, but you know, it's like 3 solars. Now, someone was commenting how they don't like me calling these windmills. I guess, yes, they're not a mill, but saying turbine is so slow. So, yeah. Anyway, Haundreyy coming in with his first attack here of rovers, managing to get past the units of Yun and actually do manage to make it round the back here. Question is how much damage are they going to be able to do as they just kind of skirt the edge here, ignoring that grunt. A fourth one, sorry, comes in at the back, does manage to get the metal extractor, and then that will be all she wrote. Trying to get back in here to get a little bit more damage, but with grunts there ready to defend, it's going to be pretty difficult for them to be able to do that. He is trying to find a hole. Very well played to try and get this much aggression early on. And meanwhile, we see the line of grunts from Yun here trying to find some value. And so far, ooh, don't even manage to get that metal extractor. 2% health. Will they get it now that the blitz has moved off? We keep it kind of in the top side. Yes, they did. Now, the problem for Haundreyy here is he needs to be somewhat careful. Like, these blitzes are obviously very, very valuable right now. The metal cost for them obviously is like 2 to 1. Ooh. But some rovers did actually manage to get back in and do significant damage to the energy production here of Yun. Taking out at least, what, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wins? So that's quite a lot. Yun, however, trying to recoup some of those losses by doing a bit of an attack here on the expansion of Haundreyy, managing to take out 2 metal extractors, but does not manage to secure the constructor here. Actually getting a 3rd metal extractor there. Bit of a difficult position here for Haundreyy. Kind of getting a little bit contained from the south side in his base by just overwhelming odds. However, Haundreyy is just continuing to push up at the moment, able to secure more and more metal extractors to the north. That's not really getting harassed up there at all. It is proving to be difficult for them to be able to build up any sort of economy, though. You can see they've not really scaled their energy at all. And there we go. They're losing the con. Yun will now back out. Being vehicles as well means they have no res bots, so they can't just resurrect these constructor vehicles. A bit of missed micro there by Yun. Gets a lot killed there in this corner. Even quite a bit of metal there though. 300 metal. And all this metal is very, very close to Haundreyy. So if Haundreyy is able to get a con over there to eat it up, which we can see happening. Oh no, he's not eating at the metal. He's going elsewhere. Interesting. Resbot was going to secure this metal along the bottom, but now losing all those grunts, it seems like he's going to try and sneak it around. Yeah. No radar down here, so it makes sense. Meanwhile, I don't like this angle actually. Let's get a bit more of a horizontal angle. I mean, Haundreyy's doing well for expansion, you know. He's been able to go all the way up here and then across. Whereas Yun has been so busy focusing on the micro of his grunts and army that he hasn't really expanded at all. These blitzes being very poorly managed though. They all just drive straight into death. And that's 200 metal just freely given to Yun. I don't know. I feel like Yun needed more in the ways of expansion. Like he needs something going like this way, this way, this way. And attempting to go down this way. He's got nothing. Whereas Haundreyy has got his commander going out and this con going bottom. So technically like double the amount of expansion than Yun currently has. But we'll see. We'll see. Resbot hiding up the hill here. Completely safe due to his opponent picking vehicles. Good denying though by Yun, attempting to just keep this bottom corner clear. And he also doesn't necessarily mind taking the fights down here due to the resbot being right here. As long as he wins the fights, he can always get that metal. And he is doing a good job at trying to get flanking angles on these blitzes to try and take extra damage. But he is losing these fights a little bit here. Quick, get the resbot out. Get the resbot out. Quick, run. Running for the hills. Oh, we managed to get it out in time. Yeah, this is just both players are just funneling their reinforcements down to this bottom corner. Just consistently fighting over this corner when realistically this corner doesn't mean too much really. There is now about 800's worth of metal here though, which is a decent chunk. Oh, but that's a bit of a loss there for Haundreyy as they lose a con. There is another con there ready to eat it up, so it's not like it's lost too much. Resbot may... I was maybe about to be caught, but no. Yun does kind of end up sacrificing his grunts. And the resbot may get caught anyway. Oh, it does. But energy scaling wise, let's actually look at the eco bar. Haundreyy massively e-stalling now for a considerable amount of time. No like build power like building up in the base. Also, you've still got this like 300 metal just sat here, which doesn't matter too much because they were struggling on energy. Haundreyy now actually building a second vehicle lab on this northern side at the top here, and this is where he's building a bunch of energy. This is an interesting choice. This is going to split his production, which is kind of fine at the moment, but he's going to run out of metal pretty quick. But it does mean he's going to be able to put pressure on here. And if he's able to do that, that may have Yun struggle here. Realistically, Yun needs to use like the hills and stuff to his advantage, kind of trying to outflank Haundreyy here where he can, because that's the advantage he has, being bots over vehicles. Yeah, he's kind of playing the flat ground game, which is kind of not what he wants to do. At least they're managing to not really get any value. But there is an LLT here now, which this red spot's not going to be able to sneak in to grab. Although the LLT doesn't actually protect the metal extractors, it kind of was there to protect the reclaim field. Which it has successfully done. Meanwhile, on the rest of the map, Yun has taken up position in the center here with his commander. The intention being to basically add a buffer between this side of the map. However, that would have worked extremely well if the top side of the map was not just completely blue. If Yun would have done that a bit sooner and was able to kind of like move all the way across here and block the movement that way as well, then that would have been a significant win for Yun. However, that is not the case. And look at how many blitzes we've got here. There's 15 blitzes. Just kind of being moved around. What's the radar looking like for maybe no vision? Staying out of the armed mechs' range there. Decimates the army of Yun and those grunts there. Question is this is all well and good, but you're fighting right outside your opponent's base. All of this reclaim is going to go to Yun. So you need to get some form of damage from this. And realistically, all he did was pick up a single metal extractor. He needs to keep doing something with it or pull it back. There we go. Second extractor destroyed, but they're trying, by the looks of it, to regroup with this force. Get a pincer on this army, perhaps? Or a pincer on Yun's commander. Oh, Haundreyy, you're leaving half your army out the fight. That could have been a potentially devastating push there, but a bit of a lag there meant that Haundreyy actually just loses his entire army, only getting Yun's commander down very little, and that was a bit of a mistake there. The delay in reaction just kind of caused him big problems. There was like half of the army there outside of the attack. It's just such a waste. Now Yun is going to be able to eat up all of that 1.5k metal. But bombers here being added. Be interesting to see what they're able to do. Most of the energy production for Yun is centered around this base here, and is most of it in wind. Now there is two energy storages, which should help against a bombing run somewhat, but still 3 mexes there taken out by our lone blitz. And Haundreyy able to save his expansion cons here, extremely close, but just not enough. And considering like Haundreyy lost his entire army, I'm really surprised that Yun wasn't able to capitalize too much on that. Do we have vision? No. So far the bombers haven't been spotted yet. 4 bombers at the moment. Yes, that is indeed a geo. This pressure over here is causing Yun some problems. But You would think here there's actually enough grunts to be able to take out this Blitz army. But Yun seems to be being a little bit passive here, a bit unsure. Doesn't necessarily want to push in. Haundreyy sat on a lot of metal right now. Maybe we'll see some Janisses coming out, but here comes the bombing run. AA is going up. One of them has been built. No scouts with this bombing run. Could have done more. But they do get the large wind farm before they get taken out. This is going to put energy issues for Yun here. We'll see how much more he's able to do. You can see him pumping out solo now. Oh, and the bomber's landing. One and a half K metal here as well. So many armored units down here. Look, we've got 3 exploiters, 2 twin guards, 2 LLTs, and some walls. Yun's definitely drawing his battle lines there. And finally, we see a bit of a Yun counterattack here with just 3 blitzes, managing to find a hole and able to just grab a couple of metal extractors here and there. But Yun's in a bit of a difficult situation here. He's got he's spread a bit thin. As we zoom out, this bomber is still alive. Not being microed at all. Army value is surprisingly on the side of Haundreyy, mostly due to this army here. We can see a mostly vehicle transition from Yun here. Bomber has now taken off, trying to pick up some extra metal extractors, which is good. If he can keep microing it, try and pick up some of these extra ones. No, it's just going to continue to bomb that one spot. We are seeing a bit of an APM limit here from Haundreyy, I think. Like, this is a prime example. Look at all these blitzes you've got here. Look how long it's taken to react. They are able to clear it, but still. Meanwhile, in the center, another push. All these blitzes, bear in mind, have been resurrected from Yun, so I mean, all the numbers are blue. You should think with all these numbers being blue, it should be easy win for Haundreyy here, but Haundreyy still not really able to do what needs to be done. The fact that Yun's built a HLT down the bottom is quite interesting. Oh, I missed whatever exploded here, unfortunately. There's just fights going on in multiple spots. But this is a sizable force making its way down the bottom here. Oh, wait, towards the bottom. Meanwhile, the few blitzes that are left have managed to clear out somewhat the bottom corner of Mexes at least. But this force may be enough to make it all the way to Yun's base. And if it does, then that will be pretty much the G of the G. Not pushing hard enough, I think. They do manage to take out quite a few metal extractors, which is the important part. This bomber is still going, looking to just pick up metal extractors when and where it can. And that will be its final bombing run, as it does take it out. And then crashes on the res bot. Thing is, though, is Yun is getting all of this reclaim here. And if he is left to it, will be able to just out-res. This is funny that this HLT can't see the LLT. All he needs to do is just move a unit forward. There we go. Finally, it's dead. Oh, but Yun's commander on his own in the center of the map. Getting chased down as some units start to arrive to reinforce Yun. But Yun now forced to D-gun again. Will he be able to do a good enough D-gun this time round? Very spread out forces. Very well done by Haundreyy, and Yun's commander
destroyed.
Goes down. Very well played by Haundreyy, able to find the commander and just pick it off. Yun being a bit kind of complacent with his commander, really, in the center of the map there with nothing to support him. And yeah, well done, Haundreyy. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to do all that YouTube malarkey, and I'll see you all next time.